All right, Scream Factory's officially announced it. We're getting Day of the Dead on 4K from the Interpositive, not the negative. They couldn't find the negative, but we're getting a 4K transfer from the Interpositive, which is pretty damn good. Good enough to get a good 4K transfer. The negative, that is the best source material that you would love to do a proper new scan of a film, but they don't have that. It's missing, I think, still. But we got the Interpositive. We're getting a new 4K. The cover art looks great. It looks sick. Scream Factory, they've been in a lull especially the last year. You know, they've no longer have a dedicated site to buy their titles. Shout and Scream Factory now moved to groove.com. That's GRUV.com. And they sell all their titles through Groove. They are still sold on Amazon and Diabolic and all the other sites that, you know, distributors that buy and sell their titles. But for the dedicated site is groove.com, GRUV.com, if you're not familiar. Most anybody that's familiar with horror movies and the boutique labels and Scream Factory, they already know this. It was a big thing last year. They've went to it. They haven't had a release this significant in a long time. This is a huge, huge get. Now, they've re-put out a million of movies from Blu-ray back to 4K, or putting it on 4K finally. They've upgraded almost all their titles to 4K finally. But this one is significant because there's been an outcry to get Day of the Dead on 4K. I'm someone that I don't always need to upgrade to 4K. Most of the time, I won't unless there's something that draws me in, i.e. this hard, rigid box it comes in. Take a look at this. Looks great. I love the colors, the yellow and the blue hues of Bub's skin pop. He's got the headphones on. He's got the gun up. It just looks great. This is a perfect summertime release coming out in July, I think. June or July. June. I think it's June 16th. I could be wrong. Yep, June 16th it comes out. Perfect summertime release. This cover screams summer, and this movie came out in July of 1985, so very apropos, very fitting. It looks like a nice little summertime release. The cover art does. The cover art looks great. I do like that there's two different cases in it. Fill out that rigid box set. Lobby cards, I literally don't care. I look at lobby cards when I get them, and then I never look at them again. It's a waste of paper. Give me stickers. I'll put them all over my pad here, and I'll look at the stickers every single day. Give me stickers. I want stickers more than that. No, I don't even want posters. I'm full of posters. I got too many posters. I got too much shit hanging up. Give me stickers that I can just stick in random places, on my water bottle, on my movie rack, random places. Give me stickers. I don't want lobby cards. I could give a shit about a lobby card. No one cares about lobby cards. If they're perforated and maybe they created like a jigsaw puzzle that you could frame or something like that, sure, yeah. Give me a fucking lobby card give me a little bit more of a gimmick. Give me a novelty. Don't just give me printed cards that cost nothing and justify to jack the price up. Anyway, the price is good. It's $40 to like $42.99, for like $39.99 to $42.99. It's a good price. Not a bad price on it. I'm fine with the price. It looks This looks like it's going to be a quality release. I'm very excited for see how the transfer is. Again, this release that they put out in 2013 is plenty good enough. This looks great. I love this cover art. I can't remember who did that one. Is it Joel Robinson? I can't remember who did the cover art. Oh, no, Nathan Thomas Milner did that. He's done a lot for Horror Hound and a bunch of stuff. He's done a bunch of their covers. This looks great. I usually, if I upgrade and it has a Blu-ray and a 4K, I'll usually get rid of the prior Blu-ray release. I'm keeping this one because this one is super special. I remember picking it up and it was just, I did love the DVD though, the yellow case DVD. I got rid of that. I shouldn't have, but I did. And it looked like a DVD. It didn't look bad. It didn't look great, but this was a definite improvement. But a transfer from the Interpositive is going to look much better. Again, not as good as it could if the source material were a negative, but hey, Interpositive is all they got. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm not complaining. Again, the price point is fine. If you have this, hang on to it though, because this is still a nice archival release from Scream Factory, one of their early releases, from their second year in existence. I think their first two titles were Halloween 2 and 3, I think in 2012. end of 2012. I think that's right. I could be wrong. But I remember when this came out. I remember when They Live came out in early, I think that was late 2012 or early 2013. I can't remember. I think it was early 2013. Anyway, all their stuff is, yeah, all their original releases are really great. The launch titles and the first like 6 months of the company were great. They've done a lot of great work. The Friday 13th box set had a few flaws, but is great. It's the most definitive and fleshed out box set that we've had of Friday the 13th. This, though, make no mistake about it, this 4K for Day of the Dead could be the reset that Scream Factory needed. Getting rid of a lot of their warehousing, moving all their dedicated site to groove.com for purchases. There was a big transitional, 6, 7, 8 months. The last 6, 7, 8 months, they were super transitional for Shout and Scream Factory. This seems like a release that may get them back on track. I know they announced a bunch of different 4Ks today, and the Burbs is getting another 4K from Shout Factory, but this is huge because there has been an outcry to get Day of the Dead on 4K. I don't need to see Day of the Dead on 4K. Blu-ray is plenty enough to see what you need. 4K is nice though. There sometimes though it's not so great. A perfect example, I grabbed Stand By Me on 4K, and I think that came out in 2019, and there's a Blu-ray with it. The Blu-ray looks better than the 4K. The 4K is dark. It did restore in the 4K a lot of the filmic grain that was in the original movie, and it looks good. It looks the way I think the filmmaker, Rob Reiner, RIP, intended. But it is dark. The 4K is not always better. Sometimes they're too dark. They just, when they're doing the transfers, I think the director or whoever's, supervising it, I think they are looking on a different screen as opposed to what we're seeing on ours. They're looking on a nice, $5,000, $2,300 screen that they're seeing everything on. We're seeing it blown up on a TV. Maybe there's a disconnect there. I don't know. Because I know the Leprechaun 4K there was issues with. Like I said, the Stand By Me 4K, it looks a little too dark for my liking. The Blu-ray that came with it, though, looks fine. That's a 2019 Blu-ray, too. It looks great. No complaints there. But I am excited to see how this 4K for Day of the Dead's going to turn out. And I think there is some new special features. I looked at it. It didn't seem like there was a lot on there for new stuff. I would like if they did all the people, Michael DeLeo Jr., who passed away, who played Miguel. I'd also like, Joe Pilato, all the cast members that have passed away since 2013 when they put this release out. I would love if they did like a little tribute section to the cast members that we've lost. We've lost George since this was last put out. Think about that. He died in 2017. I started creating what you're seeing now, Heart Guide Media on YouTube. I created as a podcast in 2017, and we have hundreds of episodes up. You can check that out. It's the Sight and Sound Podcast, or type in Heart Guide Media. You'll find it, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We've done that since 2017. And the deaths of George Romero and Toby Hooper are what inspired me to launch that podcast. It was audio only up until a few months ago when I started doing a YouTube channel, and now I've brought in more of what I do there. That's still going to exist there in audio form, and I will post some of the podcast episodes as well on the YouTube channel. But, when George died, that it prompted me to want to bring the text conversations I have with my friends to an audio format. Now we're doing it in a video. Finally, I swore up and down I would never do a YouTube channel. Here I am a couple months in. And subscriber count slowly ticking up. It's a natural slow build. And appreciate anybody who's subscribed, anybody who likes any of the content that I'm doing. Spread the word, share. Really appreciate it. At Heart Guide Media on Instagram. Really appreciate all the love so far. Again, slow build. I know it's going to take years to get a following like some of the other guys, but I'm not even focused on that. I'm focused on just having fun and doing videos like this, and trying to wear a different shirt every day, because I have thousands of shirts and I'm selling them currently. So I posted the link to the eBay store too, so you could check that out if you want any horror movie or action movie shirts or band shirts, because I got plenty. Right now, I think I've only repeated one time for shirts, and that's because I filmed back-to-back videos. But anyway, Day of the Dead 4K finally coming. Right now, this looks like it's going to be the reset that Scream Factory needs. Will they continue on? Will they keep pushing the expectations? Will they meet the expectations that we now have? There are still some George Romero films that I would love to see nice little sets like this Day of the Dead one. Will we get it? I don't know. I hope this is a sign of good things to come from Scream Factory, because right now this could be a chance for them to not rebrand but reintroduce themselves and find themselves after a rocky few years. Um, it's a really good thing for us as fans and for Scream Factory to be putting something out that looks this nice and has fans excited. This might be the most excited I've seen horror fans since the Friday the 13th box set. So maybe that's an overstatement. I know there's a lot of excitement when that one got announced, but this one lit all my friends and everybody were posting it today. So people are excited. I'm excited. Viva la George Romero. Viva la Day of the Dead. It's the best Dead film. Obviously, Night started it all. A special place for Night, but Day of the Dead's my favorite George Romero Dead film, right there. So yeah, subscribe, like, let me know that you're listening. Give me a follow on Instagram at Heart Guide Media. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is super exciting. We'll keep you posted. I can't wait for these things to start rolling in, because it's June, but it's only a couple months away. These are going to be in hand very, very soon, just a couple months. So be on the lookout for that. Get your pre-orders in, and yeah, support physical media, because you need to.